Welcome to Market Like a Hotshot. I'm Jeff DeSocio. James Feudo, what's up?
Jeff, what's going on?
We're all excited, you know.
We really are.
You know why I'm excited?
Why?
Next week I'm celebrating my 25th anniversary with my beautiful wife, Heather.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
right. So you guys are going away, right?
Going to Montreal, man.
Sweet.
Hey, French. I learned my
Oui,
French. Oui, right? So, before we get started with this week's topic for episode 9, we want to give some shout-outs today.
Yeah, definitely.
We love shout-outs, don't we?
We absolutely
Where's
love
Amber and Izzy?
Come on
They
out.
got to come over here, right here. Look at these. This is our crew right here.
Yeah.
They help us look great. They do my hair, make our voices sound good and all that. We're ready to be hot shots in the world of marketing, right? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Amber and Izzy. You guys are doing good. Good. Someday remember us. We'll remember you and we'll be good, right? What do you think?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. All right.
All right.
So, hey, let's get this started. So this
Get it
week we're
going.
going to talk about omni-channel marketing, which is probably one of my favorite topics.
Mine as well. I think it's really important these days because a lot of people make the mistake of not having an omni-channel marketing strategy.
Yeah. Let me tell you a story. You want to hear a story?
Sure.
Friend of mine, dear friend of mine, right? Small business owner.
Yep.
Lost access to Facebook.
Uh-huh.
Did I tell you that story last week?
You shared it with me, but why don't you share it with the hot shots? I think
The
they'd
hot
love
shots
to
of
hear
the
it.
world, right? So, they are a B2C business.
Yep.
So if you probably know, Facebook is pretty critical when it comes to business to consumer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you're reaching out to consumers. If they sell health and wellness products or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they lost access to Facebook. They lost access to their business page. So then I asked them. I was like, do you have another a channel or that you market your product or service or have a business page? Like, no, not really. I had this Instagram account back in the day.
Right.
I haven't touched my LinkedIn profile in years. And, what's this TikTok stuff? I was like, wow, so you always thought Facebook existed and now you're down. So
Yeah.
geez, that was not good if you think about it. So
Yeah.
what's your, trying to jumping into, first let's define omnichannel marketing and how it would help this person that's
No,
nowhere on Facebook.
absolutely. So, an omni-channel marketing strategy is one where you're not just on one particular platform or a channel. You're doing print, you've got a website, you're doing social media, you're doing email, maybe you're doing radio, but you're not only hitting one particular platform. And we see that with a lot of people, that they're just on one social media platform that they really spend their time on. I mean, you've probably seen this as well, right?
Yeah, a lot of people love Instagram.
Right.
So, Facebook, again, it's been up and down, as you probably know.
Yeah.
The older people use Facebook, right?
Right.
I don't even know what the hell is going on with Snapchat. Do people
People
still
still
snap
use it.
on
Yep.
there? It used to be big. But, I think also another kind of expand on the definition of omnichannel marketing, it's really the seamless interaction between multi-platforms. So
Right.
could be a combination of online, offline,
Right.
and how it kind of works together. I always think
Yeah.
of it online, like when you order something at a store, online, like Target, and then you go down to the store to pick it up. It's almost like that seamless approach,
Right.
how the channels kind of blend together.
Yeah. Everything, you're reaching customers and clients in a variety of different ways on different channels. And to get back to your opening story about your friend, it's, having an omni-channel marketing strategy can help in that situation, as well as some other things. But
Yeah. So before we jump into kind of the main topic, so I want to also do a couple more shout-outs.
Okay.
Do you like shout-outs?
I love shout-outs.
All right. Metro West Chamber of Commerce, man.
Yeah.
We're we're here in the heart of the Metro West, here in beautiful Framingham, Mass.
Yep.
And then also the Framingham State Innovation Center, which
Right.
is the building we're in.
Yeah. Building.
This is it. This is where the live podcast is. We'll love to use these facilities and supporting local businesses with our Hotshot Tactics. Right.
And speaking of those two organizations, you and I have a little bit of an announcement, actually a big announcement that we want to make about, which is we're going to do Market Like a Hotshot live right here at the Innovation Center at Framingham State University on September 3rd of 2025.
2025.
Yeah,
Yes.
those of you that, if you're listening to this after that date,
Well,
sorry, we'll do
other
another
ones.
one. We'll
Yeah.
do, it's not going to be a one-time thing, but it'll be the first time.
Yeah.
And we're really excited about that. So you local hotshots, there'll be links that we'll put on the website, marketlikeahotshot.com. So you can come join us. We'd love to see you in person. We are going to take live questions. It's
Sure.
going to be great. It's going to be a huge event. The Metro Chamber will be here,
Yep.
AMA Boston, a whole bunch of other things where groups that we're collaborating with. We're going to pack this place. I'm
Greater
so excited.
Boston's most incredible after Labor Day event.
Right.
Right.
It will be.
Right.
It's
Labor
going to
Day
be huge.
It's in the business. So.
Right.
So another thing, we talked about showing up in multiple platforms.
Mhm.
Email, social, your website. Here we go. This is owning a house versus renting a house.
Right.
Let's talk about what you own and what you rent in the world of digital marketing.
Right. So we always recommend that you have a website. Your website is something you control versus your social media platforms, which you're renting,
You're
as we like
renting.
to say, from
Exactly.
Facebook or Meta or
Google,
LinkedIn,
everywhere, yeah.
Microsoft, whoever you're connected through. Those accounts, they can go away pretty easily. Your website, as long as you're backing it up and you're using a platform that is portable, and those platforms are like WordPress being one of the most common ones. Joomla, I think you said Duda is one of them. Yeah.
Duda, come on, man.
Yeah,
Duda.
I'm not gonna say anything about that. But Drupal, platforms like those are really ideal. Wix, Squarespace, Shopify, those, you're kind of limited to that platform, so they're not portable. But still, it's you sort of own that versus social media. I mean, there's nothing to prevent a hosting company or one of those platforms from kicking you off if you violate rules, but at least you can rebuild it somewhere else. Your audience is really hard to get when it's on a social media platform, and you lose that access to that platform. So
yeah, it's just like owning a house versus getting evicted.
right,
Because any data or any pictures or any information that's on your Facebook page, your LinkedIn page, your X page, whatever it is think of it as rental property.
it really is.
Like if you didn't pay your rent and you get evicted, you lose access to that property. When you have a website, you own it. You own the data. I would always say back it up, download it, keep it out on a cloud backup platform.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, you own a website. You don't own your social media page. And that goes back to the multi-channel, omni-channel approach to managing your digital presence for your small business.
Exactly. And there's other reasons for that too as well, because you remember a few years ago, we'll pick on Facebook because they're the one that tends to have the most challenges.
Good old Meta. What's this Meta thing?
I know.
Facebook,
and
Meta.
then Alphabet with Google.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody renaming
Alpha.
their businesses.
Yeah,
but
they're trying to be cool.
right. But with Facebook a few years back, they were down for like 9 hours. So businesses that, their store, like a lot of times I'll meet people and, if they're not quite ready for a website yet, but like they'll say, oh, here's my Facebook page. Like that's where they run their business through, which is insane. But still a lot of people do that. Those people, their business was shut down for 9 hours.
Yeah, especially if it's an online business. Where
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you're selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace, you're an influencer and you're sharing with your audience on Facebook, if that particular platform is down, you're out of luck.
You're out of business.
Right.
You're basically, people don't know anything about you.
Right.
And the other thing is, I'm going to kind of go on a little bit of a tangent when it comes to social media platforms, is customer support. It makes you laugh right now. If you own a website,
It literally makes me laugh.
When you have a website, the developer built it. It could be a company. It could be a big company. It could be, I'm not going to say names of companies. I don't want to, marketing companies here. But, just like a typical developer, you can call them.
Yeah.
That's a human. Now, some of these social media companies, all they have is AI bots.
Right. It's like, it's like good luck. I mean, somebody builds your website, you can go and, reach out to your web designer, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
If you built it yourself and there's an issue, you can call your hosting company. And most hosting companies are actually, you can pick up the phone and call them, or you can open up a ticket, or you can everyone is moving to the AI chatbot support, but
Yeah.
there's often ways around them with different companies. But yeah, I mean, it's at least you're able to talk to a person. But I was on the board of a nonprofit a couple of years ago, and they had a Giving Tuesday thing that they did on Facebook, a campaign as part of that, and Facebook held on to their funds, and it was several $1,000s for months. It took somebody going into LinkedIn, finding somebody on Facebook. They finally brought it to one of the local TV stations and got an investigative reporter involved, and then they finally got the money taken care of.
Yeah.
But like that's the level of effort. People will come to us all the time about, oh, I need to reach Google, I need to reach Facebook. I'm like, good luck.
Show up at their headquarters.
Yeah.
Bring flowers.
Yeah, live in California so you can do that.
Yeah, Cambridge. Don't forget Cambridge is got
Right.
Aren't they building some? Google's building some building in Kendall Square, I guess.
Probably.
30-something stories. So
My
there's gonna be
goodness.
some people there. So
Yeah.
we're the plane is kind of like meandering here. We're gonna go for a landing because we're gonna talk about one of my favorite spots of the podcast. Our podcast is Hotshot Tactics, right? So what's the first tactic you always recommend?
Well, something we've recommended for years is that there are a lot of different platforms out there for social media and digital marketing. So we recommend that you don't have to be active on every single one of them, but you want to at least go in and reserve your name on there and start building a following slowly, even if you're not actively using the platform. And, the reasoning for that is just that you never know which one's going to take off, which one's going to get dropped. I mean, MySpace was like the market leader many years ago.
What's MySpace?
Well, we're going to do a whole show
It is
on
Amber. Do you know what MySpace is? No? You heard of it? Oh, that's good. Hey, they're smart,
Yeah.
But, that's a big one, right?
Yeah.
And then, LinkedIn just like in July changed their whole algorithm, right? You're not as searchable as you used to be. They only want topics that are more like stories, and if you put a sales pitch on LinkedIn, you're done today. So so there you go. That's a big change. Just like Facebook went through that, X has gone through that, even TikTok to a degree has gone through that.
And people unfortunately are getting kicked off those platforms pretty regularly. I mean, you and I used to belong to a group where everybody in there would put like their first and last name in their first name field, and then in the last name field would be what they did.
Yeah.
So LinkedIn didn't like that, and so a lot of people started getting their accounts shut down.
Yeah. Again, it's rental property.
It is.
You're gonna get
But if that's where
evicted.
you're doing everything, it can be a real challenge. So,
Yeah.
How about tactic number 2?
All right, backup plan, right? I know we've already talked about that, right?
Right.
But like Instagram, remember Meta owned, everyone probably knows this, Facebook, Instagram, and also Threads, which came out a couple of years ago, right?
WhatsApp.
Suppose it goes down.
Oculus, yeah.
You talk about these Instagram followers. I'm cool. I got 50,000 followers.
Right.
Well, if Meta shuts it down,
Yeah.
where are those 50,000 followers?
Well,
right?
even on top of that, and I know this is a topic for a whole nother show, but there have been people that their accounts get hacked, their accounts get, there's some bugs. I had a family member that had this happen that lost their Facebook account.
No.
And it was due to some bug that allowed hackers to associate the Facebook account with a fraudulent Instagram account.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I researched this, I actually found a thread on Reddit about it where there were thousands of comments. And I read through a lot of them where...
Well, you must have a lot of time in your hands.
Yeah, I had a ton of time that day. No, but like as I was going through there, I was shocked at literally how many people do that. And you would think that they would fix like some of these issues, like even when they send you the confirmation thing when you're going to update your password where it says, this is to reset your Instagram password. Do not share it with anybody. Every bank I deal with says, this is to reset your bank password.
Yeah.
Do not share this code with anybody. And doing something as simple as that makes life so much easier for people. So.
And then, other backups, is making sure you got email, got a good email, and you back it up.
Well, the other thing related to email, too, is that if you're using a service like Constant Contact and MailChimp and pretty much all of the big ones, you want to make sure that you regularly download. You can export them to Excel, CSV, any spreadsheet format, and then you can, in the event that, let's say, MailChimp goes out of business or Constant Contact, raises their rates and you want to switch, You can easily upload them to somewhere else. There's only
Yeah.
one exception, which is Aweber, that won't allow you to do that, but most mail programs will let you do that.
Yeah, I dumped MailChimp actually about 3 years ago. I'm using Builderall right now, Mail Boss.
Nice.
Great platform. And then, the last tip of the day about, don't send people from your website to social. It
Yeah.
should be the other way around. Why is that?
Well, it's funny. The analogy I like to use is like, let's say, it's like going into a store downtown and them having all these signs saying, hey, why don't you go out to the highway so you can see our billboard? Like,
Yeah.
that's essentially what people are doing. It's like we see that all the time. We'll go to a
Yeah.
website and it's like, hey, here's my, look, check us out on Facebook. And then what happens, right? You click on the thing, Facebook pops up in the same tab, not even in a new window. This
Yeah.
is you can probably tell this is a huge pet peeve of mine, right?
I guess so. Be careful there, guys. Huh? What
It
do you
drives me crazy because what will happen is Facebook pops up and then you're like, oh, wow, I've got 5 DMs, or so-and-so had a baby, or so-and-so got a cat, or someone's kid's graduating, and all this
Yeah.
other stuff. And they've completely forgotten about your business. So
think? Yeah.
it's not wise to drive people from your place of business to
To-
your advertising.
So your social media, it's like reverse. It's like driving in reverse.
Yeah.
And also, remember, your website is where, of all the channels, that's where the
That's your home
transaction
base.
happens. That's where people buy stuff. They also can contact you. It's on the website itself and where you own. It's like going to the house that you own.
Right.
So if we talk about an omni-channel approach, it's almost like a funnel to your website. That's where the action happens. So we talked a lot about that today. We talked about social media. We talked about SMS, email marketing. Of course, there's the old school stuff like direct mail. And don't forget, one of my favorites of all, right? Networking.
Yeah, in
Professional
person.
networking, right? And it was just like if you give you a card with your website on there.
Yeah, just like
Right.
the other night, you and I were at one of your events.
Yeah, man. That was a cool place, huh?
It was
Level 99. I wanted
yeah.
to do some of that rock climbing.
Yeah.
I don't
It
know.
was
A
fun.
56-year-old guy, you think I would be able to do that?
I think you'd be fine.
I think so. Or to get the axes.
Yeah, that's the one. They have this thing where the axes are swinging back
Swing-
and forth.
You
and
only
you have
have
to
one of
run through
those.
them. It reminds me of like American Gladiators, kind of like some of those types of things.
Yeah. So that's those are 3 good tactics. Just
Right.
having your name on every major platform. That's the omnichannel approach.
Yep.
Backing it up.
Right.
And don't go in reverse.
Exactly.
You don't drive down Route 9 in reverse. You go forward, right? You have to remember that's the way it goes. So,
Right.
boom, man. That's how you market like a hotshot, right? What do you think? You diversify your channels, you own your assets, and you always have a plan B. So what else do you got to say there, James? On this beautiful August day in Framingham, Massachusetts.
I think we've covered a lot today. I hope everyone got some value out of it. Don't forget to subscribe, like us, share,
Market like a hotshot.
and market like a hotshot.
Spotify, Amazon, Apple, iHeartRadio, YouTube. We're everywhere, man.
We're everywhere.
We're everywhere. You got to marketlikeahotshot.com. We'll have a good day. Jeff DeSocio,
James Futo.
market like a
Take care.
hotshot.